I guess I'm here to interview to get some experience from, I guess, a pro player and I guess understand the world that I could be going into. To start off with, my name's Emmerson. I live in Lewisham. I'm 14 years old. I play for QPR and I'm enjoying it.
So are you under 15 or under 14?
I'm under 14.
Oh.
Sometimes I play in 15 as well.
Oh, you play up as well, yeah?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, what position?
Left winger like you.
Yeah, what, flair?
Yeah.
My guy, left or right footed?
I'm right footed.
Oh, so you're the type that cuts in?
Yeah, I cut in, but I can use my left. So I just try.
That's good.
I hope to improve it. So yeah.
Yeah, you can improve every day, man. There's always room for improvement. Even me, I can still improve. So no, that's good, man.
Thank you. So I'd like to start off with your primary and secondary school. What kind of schools were you at? And did you get many, I guess, sporting opportunities?
The first primary school was in
East London, St. Helens.
It wasn't the biggest of schools, but they had like grass that you can play on. But I remember even in school,
We didn't have a football, we using cans. But when I moved to Essex, I was still in primary school. I was in like year 5 when I moved. I had the football team then, like I was playing whenever I can.
anything to do with football, like for whether it's primary or secondary, I'll always try to get involved. So whether it's be school, whether it's district,
Whether it's county, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's anywhere, I'll be up to play football as long as at the time, because I was signed to Arsenal, they would agree.
I'm not sure if it's just Arsenal, but a lot of like clubs don't want their players getting injured doing too much.
I would like to get involved.
But when I went to
Secondary school was a bit more tough because the school I went to was actually a rugby school. They wanted me to try to do the rugby thing, and you know, footballers were not built like rugby players, so
so they're all hench and
big and that.
I was kind of small back in secondary school. You know when you have the rugby ball, I'm all chucking stepovers with my feet instead of actually trying to like run past people.
Because of football, I was kind of quick, I was able to run.
The older I got in secondary school, I feel like that's when they realised that he has the potential to make it in football.
Okay, and since I guess you went to a rugby school, did that have any effects on you? Because rugby and football are completely different ends of the spectrum.
Not necessarily, because
My school always wanted to achieve results, so whether it be like rugby or they used to love athletics, so I'd use that for my own benefit. It helped me with my running technique, did a lot of physical education, PE.
it won't necessarily help my footballing technique, but it'll help me physically.
Because I was lucky with Arsenal, I was able to train almost like 3 times a week.
Those little extra sessions in PE is almost like
Extra just to keep in shape, so it was good.
So moving away from school, which grassroots team did you play for and what lessons did you learn whilst there?
this is going back.
Years.
When I was 4,
I was training at Cobra.
I used to go there every now and then with my dad.
Then from there, I went to Rippleway, which was my local team, and I was playing there for a good while. I had to choose between West Ham and Arsenal, and because they're both near each other, that's why I had the opportunity.
At the time, I felt like Arsenal was the great opportunity for me, so I chose Arsenal. So since 9,
Where I literally left grassroots.
Who is your favourite artist?
right now, and what is your favorite song right now?
do you know what? Yeah, you've put me on the spot.
48.
It changes because you know there's new music coming in and out.
It changes right now. Let me quickly go on my phone. I'll tell you what I'm
Listen to right now.
Okay.
Don E.
He made a new song with Kojo Fan.
I've been banging that a lot, so I'm saying right now that's my tune.
Next question would be, who were your idols when growing up? I know you had JJ Okocha, who's probably one of the biggest idols you could have had, but except from
From him,
Hey, except for him, yeah.
I would say,
I'll say Ronaldinho.
Okay.
My hair's even coming in the Ronaldinho fashion at the moment, but yeah, I'll say Ronaldinho. When he was at Barcelona, he was unstoppable.
If you could tell your younger self,
one thing.
what would it be?
Believe in yourself and always express.
there were times when I was younger, I used to maybe hide away from situations. I wouldn't take responsibility, but
The older I got, I think it comes with age, because at times I wouldn't express myself as I'm doing now, but that's what I would tell myself when I was younger. Don't be shy, feel free to always express yourself.
Something I've realised with Spanish players is the favourite skill they love to use is the La Croqueta. When was the best time you used the La Croqueta in a game?
You're questioning me, I don't know, you know.
right now I can't think of the top of my head.
I remember there being one time where I think you was playing for Everton and there was 2 players either side of you. Obviously they were trying to get the ball and you did a La Croqueta and then you
Because you have very good close control, you managed to keep the ball. And
did, I guess, a V-turn and then you managed to get out and then you played out. And I think that's the last time
I remember you doing.
something like that. I can't remember what the game was, but I
Yeah.
remember you did something like that.
As long as it's good memories and not bad memories, I don't mind.
All right. Going through the team, I'll say some figures and you tell me who that player is.
So, for example,
Who's the clown in the team?
Alright, cool. The clown,
In the team,
Tom Davis for me.
Why?
he's just on jokes 24/7. You see, groundsmen, they'll have like a buggy or something. He's the only one that will dare to drive that around the pitch. No one else, everyone will just be laughing and watching, but he will drive the buggy around the whole pitch. It makes everyone laugh.
The next scenario is who's the DJ?
DJ, if we win, is Tom Davis.
Sometimes before the game, I've seen Mason Holgate take control. So I'll say Mason.
Who's the most serious player in the team? The person that you could speak to, they'll just keep a straight face.
I'll give it to the captain, Seamus Coleman. But he does like to have a bit of a joke.
But when it's go time, yeah, that guy doesn't mess around. So I'll give Seamus Coleman.
And I know you're very fast, but who is the fastest at Everton?
It's not me, I know it's not me. There's 3 people, but it's between
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Joshua King, who just signed, he's fast, and Ben Godfrey. Those three light-skinned bros, they are fast. Boy,
I'm gonna say Richarlison.
nah.
Richardson's fast, don't get me wrong, he's fast. But Ben Godfrey,
Josh King and Dom,
it could actually be Ben Godfrey. Like, he's so fast.
like when he first signed, no one expected him to be that far.
Would you say he's the fastest centre-back in the league?
He's up there, 100% he's up there.
He's so fast.
I live in Lewisham and I feel very welcomed within my borough. And I guess I want to ask you, what was the most welcoming game that you've been a part of? And what was the most unwelcoming game? And how did this affect you?
I think one of the most welcoming games
Is when we beat Chelsea with Duncan Ferguson as the manager, and I think it was 3-1. Like the
fans were going crazy.
Like, if the fans could have jumped on the pitch, they would have jumped on the pitch. Like, that was a mad game. That same week, I had to go to the dentist or something, and like everyone at the dentist, "Oh, it's a good result, lad. You done well, lad." They were excited to give me like fillings in my teeth. It was mad.
So that was a mad game. That was proper welcome from the fans.
A game that I was not
In.
I think there was one time we played against Bayern Munich,
And we lost like 5-1.
you can hear the Arsenal fans
Screaming.
Obviously, they're frustrated, like everyone
Everyone else, it's not a great result. But I remember that was one game. I was like, wow, that was a mad feeling.
Okay, something also that's quite impactful on your career is injuries. And how has that set you back and how has that affected you?
Well, luckily for me, touch wood, I'm blessed that I've only had like one bad injury. The other injuries I've had like little niggles, like they're not really that bad. The one injury that affected me was when I pulled my hamstring against Arsenal. That one there, that one upset me because, when it's the first time I was playing against them, I've been waiting for this moment, and then I've literally injured myself in like the first 10 minutes or something. And then being out for so long, and we were changing the managers at the time, so I was thinking, how am I going to get back in the team? What do I have to do? I didn't know what to do when I was injured, so I'm all rushing, trying to get back. But I'm lucky that Everton made it easy. Like, the staff made it easy for me to get back into the thick of things.
As a footballer, you travel all around the place. What's your favourite place you've travelled to and why?
Singapore. I've been there with Arsenal and I've been there with my national team. At the times that I've been there, I've always been like, wow, like Singapore is an amazing place, not just for football, like for tourist attractions. Like, we're able to go see things.
There was one building that
It's so high and it's in the shape of like a boat or something. It was so nice. The fans there, they love their football. So yeah, I've been blessed to go places like Singapore.
Before a game, do you have any superstitions? And if you do, what are they and why do you do them?
I always come onto the pitch and I always pray.
There's a period before the game where I
Pray and I always like to get my thoughts out to him and pray before the game. I feel that's the only superstition I have.
Okay, my penultimate question is, what was your most embarrassing time being a footballer? Whether that was missing a penalty, missing an open goal, what was your most embarrassing time?
Most embarrassing time.
Younger and older. So when you was young, when you was old.
Younger.
I think I've counted. I've missed 3 penalties and my team has gone out.
So that's why I'm not a fan of taking penalties.
But if I have to, I'll go do my best. So younger, penalties, I used to hate them. Now, the most embarrassing thing.
It's not really embarrassing, but like, when you feel
Feel
like
like you can always prove yourself and then you get, sometimes I've been dragged
at
up.
half time, that one there, it hurts a lot because you feel like
It's your fault that the team's not doing well. I use that as motivation to get ready for the next game and try to prove myself wrong, saying, I still have a lot to give. So I'll say getting dragged at half time is embarrassing.
Okay, and finally, what 3 changes would you like to see implemented immediately into football?
3 changes
First of all, I'd like to see, because it's not good to see people get trolled.
on like social media because of football. Like at the end of the day, we're all trying to play football, and people get abused, whether it's racist abuse or abuse that they're not good enough. At the end of the day, like we're giving 100% for our team.
Another 2 changes I'd like to see.
It's all COVID related. I want
the fans back.
obviously when everything's safe, that would be nice again. Playing in front of fans is a nice feeling. Then third, what would we like to change? Dementia.
My dad's always saying about changing the pressure of the football. Some people get headaches and dementia from it. That's my dad. My dad's always saying that he wants to change the pressure of the ball, but so I'm gonna say change the pressure of the ball so people don't get dementia because of my dad. Social media, like handle social media better and get the fans back in. 3 changes.
Is that why the Premier League added concussion rules because of your dad? Does he
Yeah, I think my dad secretly sent an email or something and voted for it.
I know my dad's involved.
Well, thank you, Obi, for answering my questions. And yeah, that's me.
Thank you. These questions are interesting. You're better than all these BBC interviewers.
I try to be different because, you know, I don't want to ask you the similar question with a similar answer.
Yeah, I clocked. It was good. Where do you see yourself in the next, you're 14, in the next 5 years? I'll give it first for 5 years. Where do you see yourself?
I see myself, firstly, doing well in school, making sure that I do well there because, touch wood, if football doesn't work out, then I can still be able to do something well. But I'd say probably being a footballer and doing my best and trying to achieve high goals because I set high standards for myself. And yeah, that would be it probably the next 5 years.
Your best moment as a footballer so far?
If I can use the word plural, I have 2 best moments.
Yeah.
It's probably the
Grassroots moment.
because the pitches are like this small and I was like 6 years old.
And there's
11 players on the pitch. I think their keeper just changed and they put a outfield player in goal. And I remember I was playing for my grassroots team and we was really beating them.
like it's getting to the point of
It was getting quite sad now. And yeah, I just had a shot from the halfway line that I scored. And yeah, I just said it.
Halfway line.
yeah, not the
Pitch is like this small, so
At 6 though.
yeah. To be fair, I have to give credit to myself. It was a good goal. Keeper just dived the exact wrong way, and I was
very happy with myself.
How did you celebrate? Do you remember?
I just jumped in the air. I just jumped in.
Yeah.
On a typical fist ball, you just jumped.
Yeah, I just typical fist pump and I jumped in the air. And then my second one is
It's probably scoring my first goal.
for QPR. It was against Millwall. Yeah, and then I had a shot and it was either top right or top left.
I can't remember.
Did that, and then after I was very happy and I felt welcomed after that. So yeah, that's what I think.
When did you first sign for QPR?
It's gonna come up to, I believe, 2 years now, 2 to 3 years, because I signed from district like you, but it was Lewisham district. From there I had trials and then yeah, it all started from there.
Okay, do you look at the first team players there for like any sort of like inspiration?
Before COVID, they gave opportunities for like players like us to be able to be like ball boys and to be able to like, see them like physically when all the fans were there. And I remember it was my first time and I was just like, yeah, this is exhilarating. I remember I first made a mistake. It wasn't really a mistake, but it was like something that was quite embarrassing because I think the opposition kicked it out and I've put it on the corner spot.
Yeah.
But then the commentator said, no, it's not a corner, it's a throw-in. So yeah, that was an embarrassing time. But other than that, it was really good because I felt like you just feel your heart racing when you have the opposition fans behind you and when you have the home fans behind you.
Then yeah, one of the players celebrated with me and it was good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That is mad.
Who's your favourite player now from there?
It was probably Eze, but he went to Crystal Palace. Now I would probably say Ilias Chair.
Now we've had a lot of positivity. When was your, I would say, disappointment you've had in football? Because there's always highs and lows. So what disappointments have you had?
I haven't had many.
Oh, that's good.
Obviously, I'm still quite,
Yeah.
but it was penalties.
Penalties as well.
It's grassroots penalties for me. I'm quite good now. I have a 100% conversion rate. But other than that, it's something about the pitch, and there's no penalty spot, and you just choose
I know what you mean. There's no spot. It's uneven. You might kick a dip instead of kicking the ball.
Yeah, and I just kicked a dip, and I just completely missed. And my coach said you can't take penalties anymore, so I had to practice. But now I'm quite decent at them. So yeah.
Are you the only one in your year that plays for a team?
No, not that plays for a team, but plays for an academy, I believe. So yeah. I have a friend called Dasho and James, and they like football as well, and they're of a good, decent level. So yeah, that's who I like to play with and stuff like that.
Oh, good. Well, let me not keep you too long, but I've actually enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, Emmerson, take care, yeah?
You too.
Cool.
Thank you for having this conversation. It was really good.
No worries, bro.